Alright guys, welcome back. So today, in this video, we're going to be working on the dash lights. I don't know what happened. Maybe the bulbs is blown, which is typical for, well, 30-something-year-old vehicle. I did this in my S10, but I didn't do a video about it. So we got a bunch of, we got some tools out. We got some bulbs and some socket replacements. That was not easy to find. I got these. I got 6 of them actually, and they're all auto meter. There is the part number right there. I got this at AutoZone, but Advance has these too. I think they were $1.99 each, so I brought it up to like 13 bucks or something like that is what it was. But it comes with the bulb and the sockets, all brand new, because I've already been in this dash cluster once, and the bulbs that I replaced that I thought worked, well, they still don't work. I have no check engine light. I have no battery light, no temperature light. Later on down the road, if I can ever find another celebrity, I will be putting the whole gauge cluster set in this. But for now, I need something to work because none of my lights work. I barely have some of my dash lights at night when you turn on the headlights that you can barely see this stuff. So, and I also went and bought some LED bulbs, and then these are the bulbs that go for the check engine light. They're very teeny tiny. Picked these up at Walmart, or no, actually O'Reilly's, around $5 or $6. And then these are $6.88 a piece at Walmart. So let's go ahead and I've also really cleaned up the car since the last time you've seen it. Yeah, she's got some miles on her now. Put 137 miles on it. I'm driving it around. Well, actually, a little less than that. Yeah, it's pretty much clean. Anyhow, back to the video. Turn the lights on. So I got oil light and a battery light. No. Copyright. Can't have that. The lights, I think, from this side over do not work. I have no seatbelt light or nothing over here that lights up like it's supposed to when you turn the key on. Temperature light sometimes comes on when you crank it, sometimes it don't. The battery light does nothing. As you can see, the check engine light is not even on, and if you crank it, it still does nothing. Oh wow, see, temperature light came on like it's supposed to, but I have no battery light still. Even though I know the vehicle is charging, I still like to have that stuff come on and work. So let's go ahead and get this dash apart and start getting these bulbs replaced. Alright, so if you've never done this before, this is the dash of, I believe, either from 86 to 90 or 87 to 90. Either way, this is an 87 model. So basically you just pull this out and lay that to the side. Now the headlight switch is going to come out too, and there's a little tab on the inside when you pull this out. If you circle it around, you'll see there's a notch right there in it. It's kind of hard to see because the camera's not picking it up. But you take a flathead and you kind of pry the tab back, and this whole knob will pop off. Like so. Then the next thing you want to do, and like I said, I've already been in here before, so everything's kind of loose. You just counterclockwise turn this. Then you want to pull this to you. Now, this model is missing the screws. There's supposed to be one there, one there, one down there, and the whole thing comes off. Since I don't have those screws in here, this whole trim piece very easily comes right off. Not easy doing it with one hand. There we go. Just lay that to the side. And now if you ever needed to get to your radio, you can get to those bolts and replace it and put it in aftermarket like I did. Now, all these bolts are 7mm, And you gotta take the top panel piece off, and this just really pops out. Like I said, somebody's been in here before, but I've also been in here. This is the piece you gotta be very delicate with. As you can see, there's tabs all around it, and it's actually supposed to be screwed in, but somebody broke that off too. I didn't do that. It was already done like that before. So you're supposed to take that screw out, which is a 7mm, and same thing over here. Yeah, the tabs are broke. So we'll just lay that to the side. Alright, so one here, one down there, one here, one here, two over here, there's one up there, one down there, and you got one here and one right there. Take all those out. Alright, now all the bolts are out. You just kind of pull it towards you. Alright, so got it sitting out here. I got some extra bulbs and some extra sockets and things like that, just in case, because I actually didn't get enough. I got 6, and there's actually like 10 of these, but I know some of them work, some of them don't. The ones that work, I'm going to leave them alone, because like I said, I've done been in this cluster one time. So I'm just going to fix the ones that I really need, which is the check engine light and the other ones above here. Can't remember what it was. The other ones you can actually see inside. It's tailgate ajar or security, which is not needed on this because it doesn't have that. Alright, just replace check engine light and the other one that's on this side. So now we're going to go for the come on, focus. Anyhow, it does not look blown. The connectors or connections look good. I really think it's either corrosion inside the socket, which is another reason why I bought a whole new set, or it's a problem with the circuit board. Now there is wear to them, but there's really nothing I can do about that unless I find another gauge cluster. I've got to say that it actually is cleaner. The new one is to the left. I am using gloves. Don't yell at me. Oh, you don't use gloves, you'll get your shit on the bulb and it'll go out, blah blah blah. And this one is for the light, the battery. So now we know this is brand new. Alright, so this is the high beam. Make sure you see the tabs. Just make sure that you get it right between, like that. Clicks right in, it's not going nowhere. Kind of really tough actually to get these to go in because of how new they are. I'm just worried about them tearing the circuit board up. Next is the turn signals. Pull those guys. I mean, it's just really easy to, and they come right out. And that one's really got a place in it. These may never work again. Don't know. New one. Open it up. Same process. Clicks right in. That is in fact a turn signal. Clicks. And the left. Clicks right in. Now this one never worked, so we're just gonna toss that one. I think I might put an LED in one of these. I bought these LEDs and ain't used them yet. Clicks right in. Alright, so every one of them are brand new. I only used one LED. Yeah, that might be stupid. But this is what I wanted to show you, if the camera will focus. Come on. You can kind of see the corrosion on that bulb. The contacts is what I'm talking about. There we go. It's really hard to see in camera, but I see a bunch of green junk on these connections, and that right there will keep it from working. So I may, if it doesn't work out, I may go back and get more of these sockets and bulbs and just replace them. I've done all of them over here that definitely didn't work at all. That way I had my high beam, my turn signals, and the, what do you call them, running lights when you turn your headlights on, or park lights. Alright, first of all, I hate that door chime. I can't stand that. Secondly, we got, let's see, 4 bolts in her. Yeah, 4 bolts. I've not done the 2 on each side yet. I just want to see what comes on, what doesn't, and, well, let's see. Freaking way, man. Looks like we had one here. We finally got our fastened seatbelt. Battery light works now. We actually finally got the check engine light, which was my most concern because I wanted to know if the vehicle had any issues while driving it around. What about our lights, our turn signals? Let's just do hazards. Haha! Awesome. Headlights. Only way to tell is if you look straight up. Looks like we got maybe 1 or 2 on over there, and 1 at the temperature, but not 1 at the battery. I think the 1 at the battery is the one I put the LED in. That's not good. But at least the battery light works, at least the check engine light works, and seat belt, and all that good stuff. Let's fire it up and see if the light stays on. If it does, well, then we got a code. Temperature works. Check engine light went out. Car really runs well for 235,000 miles. It ain't come back on, so I guess that clears it up. I'll go ahead and put the rest of the bolts in, put the dash back together, and take it for a drive, maybe. Alright, real good tip here. When you're trying to get the side bolts on the cluster back in, and it keeps falling out of your socket, well, here's a cool trick I learned a long time ago. You take just enough blue paper towel or something that'll fit in here, just like over the socket. You take the end, shove it in. Look at that. It's not going nowhere. Then you can take it and line it up, thread it in. Just like that. And that's exactly what I did for all 4 bolts. When you're done and the blue paper towel comes out, you take a needle nose, you just get in there and grab it and toss it. Now it's pretty much just vice versa, putting everything back together like it was. I'm in the middle of putting this back on, and then take a rag and just kind of, I've already wiped down the cluster, wiped down the radio, all the trim. I got really bad OCD when it comes to making things look nice. Well, I like for them to look nice. Even though this might be an old beat up car, looks better. Alright, everything's back together. One last check. Look at that. That's beautiful. Alrighty, well, I guess that pretty much sums up this video. It's pretty much replacing the cluster bulbs on my 1987 Chevrolet Celebrity 2.8 V6 Euro Sport. Like this video, give it a big thumbs up. If you have any questions or comments, leave them in the bottom. And consider subscribing. Stay tuned for more. And make sure you have the notification bell on so you don't miss the next upload. Thanks for watching, guys. Stay tuned for more.